Happy Monday, my littlings. I hope you had a really relaxing weekend. You were able to get some things completed with your families, and you're ready to start a second week of e-learning together. This week is going to be a little bit more of the same as what we started in our first week. You need to make sure that you're really working on managing your time so you do not have your assignments piling up for you. So make sure that you're trying to work on them as you can, starting in the morning or whenever it is that your parents are able to have you get on. But make sure that you're looking at the directions carefully, looking at how I've asked you to submit your assignment so you can get credit for those assignments. And if you have any questions, remember you can always reach out to me on Schoology Message or by sending me a message on Class Dojo. Some of the things that I wanted you to make sure that you're paying extra close attention to this week is our class meetings. We've had a really great turnout of most of us joining us each day. But if you have not had a chance to do that, please make sure that you try to do that each day at 3 o'clock with us. Last week, at the end of the week, we started using Zoom. Zoom is a website that you're able to use, and it's a little bit more user-friendly. And we're going to continue using Zoom until the district decides that if that's not going to be the platform that's available to us. So make sure you check each day at our class meeting folder to double check where our class meeting will be held. But until then, we're going to be using Zoom. On Friday, we talked about our next weekly challenge, so make sure that you are going to be staying tuned to your message box to find further information about that. As well as we started picking some of our kiddos to be in charge of asking our daily questions of our classmates, and also to pick what scavenger hunt item we're going to be looking for as well. So make sure that you are attending so you can take your turn in being in charge of one of those two items. One thing before we get started with our read aloud, this week in math, we are going to continue to use Khan Academy because Schoology is still a somewhat new platform for all of us. I am still going to allow us to kind of ease into some of our academic subject areas. So this week on math, we're going to still use Khan Academy and review topics that I've already taught you in class. So this week is the introduction once again to geometry and your vocabulary flashcards. So make sure that you're looking closely at the assignments that are given to you on Khan Academy and use your resources from your math notebook, your flashcards to help you. We will once again have a geometry vocab test, not this week, but we're going to give you one extra week for the following Friday to have our first test back again on our geometry vocab. So make sure that you're taking some time and reviewing those words. In ELA, we're going to once again use Epic Books Online. So you'll be using your account that you set up this first week, and you are going to be asked to read once again your 30 minutes, but only on Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to be asking you to follow a new format in responding according to some of the questions that I have put into your assignment. So make sure you really read that information carefully because there's quite a bit that I have placed in there. In social studies, we're going to be going back to our Studies Weekly website that you should have visited on Friday. This week, we're moving on to week 15, and you're going to be asked to read specific articles and complete the questions underneath each of those articles. So remember that this is a website that will keep your answers separate from Schoology, but I am able to still monitor and grade your work on that second website. So make sure you take your time, look back in your reading for those types of questions. And then if you need to, you can always have the article on Studies Weekly be read aloud. In science, we're going to be moving on from move phases, and we're moving into constellations. So we have a couple of assignments this week to get us started. So make sure that you're really watching those videos to learn the information about what a constellation is and how, in the end, on Thursday, you're going to be making one of the constellations that you learn about. Today, I'm going to be reading you our next book. It's called A Child of Books. You can see our character is quite blue, sitting on top of a locked book. So, A Child of Books. And a blank piece of paper all ready to be written on. I am a child of books. I come from a world of stories. And upon my imagination, I float. And because it's a little hard to see, her floating is happening on a sea of words. I've sailed across the sea of words to ask if you will come away with me. Some people have forgotten where I live. But along these words, I can show you the way. We will travel over mountains of make-believe. Discover treasure in the darkness. We can lose ourselves in forests of fairy tales and escape monsters in haunted castles. We will sleep in clouds of song and shout as loud as we like in space. For this is our world we made from stories. Our house is a home of invention. Where anyone at all can come. For imagination is free. And that's the end. I love that book so much because, as you know, Mrs. Ling loves to read. That's what I do to escape from stress. And when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I just love to snuggle up and kind of get into a good book, because you can travel anywhere because of the world of imagination that the author's providing for you. So make sure that you're looking for some really great books that you can escape into and just be able to transform into whatever world the author has created for you. I hope you all remember to work hard, ask questions, and I can't wait to see you once again at our class meeting this afternoon. Have a great Monday.